Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video I'm taking a closer look at the Zeagle Bravo BCD. Now obviously I'd love to have one to physically show you. They're all in the warehouse at the moment. I can't travel backwards and forwards between the warehouse and my personal house, which is where I'm filming at the moment. But as soon as we do sort of work out a system, I will do another video, basically, having one in front of me to physically show you all the different bits. But for now, if you're unsure on the Bravo, this video is basically going to break down a few bits about it. So the Bravo, first thing is it's a jacket style BCD and it's got integrated weights. It ticks all of the boxes. It's nice and tough. So yeah, there's nothing really wrong with it. The only thing that I might say is just that, okay, for sort of lightweight travel, it doesn't really tick that box because it's a jacket style BCD. It's got all that extra material. You can travel with it. It's not the lightest of the light. But taking a closer look, over your left-hand shoulder, you have a very traditional corrugated hose that leads down to your inflator. This is the first place where it takes a kind of a Zeagle twist. Instead of just a traditional inflator, you can actually unscrew this inflator, which is quite handy for keeping your BCD clean sort of between dives. Because with most sort of BCDs, you have to either like hold down the purge button on the inflator to try and get a hose to push water down through it. With this one, you can literally unscrew it, take the inflator off, you can wash that separately, you can just pour water down the hose, or you can actually get an adapter to actually fit a hose directly onto it. That way you can flush the inside of the BCD bladder, make sure that's nice and clean. So that's quite a handy little feature. The inflator itself is pretty standard, so you get a standard inflate and deflate button. You can orally inflate it, and over your left-hand shoulder, if there'll be a stainless steel cable sort of running through that corrugated hose, and if you pull that down, there's an overpressure valve over your left-hand shoulder that'll sort of vent gas out of that. Underneath that, on both shoulders, you have pre-bent metal D-rings, so you can clip things off onto it. They're bent so the bottom of the D-ring just sticks a little bit further out from your shoulder, so it's easier to clip things onto it. Between your shoulder straps, you have a removable chest strap. If you don't get on with chest straps, you can just remove the whole thing. If not, just sort of leave it on, and that way you can adjust it and keeps those shoulder straps in position, stop them from moving around. Pretty traditional. You got the low pressure, you get a dump valve over your right-hand shoulder. The pinch clips, pretty standard, and sort of one-way adjustment sort of straps on those. Moving down to the sort of the pockets of either side. So on your left-hand side, you have an instrument pocket. So what this basically means is you can actually feed your pressure gauges through the inside of the BCD, and then they stick out through this little sort of section, and that just means that the hose, the high-pressure hose, is actually protected. It's on kind of the inside of the BCD, but you can still get to your gauges and you can still read them pretty readily. Below that, you have a zippered pocket, so for any bits and bobs, you can sort of zip them inside of that. And on the outside of that, you actually have some knife grommets, so you can attach a BCD mounted knife. Now, this BCD has integrated weights as well, so you don't have to wear a weight belt. You can get them off of your hips and put them onto integrated weights. They just have a very simple release mechanism. You've got a big handle on the front, grab hold of that and yank, and the weights will come out of the BCD. They'll clip into position, but what Zeagle have done is they've actually fitted a D-ring right next to the handle, so it actually gives you something to hold on to when you're pushing your weights in. That can often be a real sort of pain trying to push your weight pocket back in until it clicks, because you have nothing to kind of push against. But with this one, you actually have that little D-ring, grab hold of that, and then you can push it in and pull against it. Just above that, you have a small D-ring, so that's if you're using a clip for your gauges, you can clip it off onto that, and then down on the sort of lower side, more down towards your hip, you have another D-ring to clip things off onto. On the other side, it mirrors the left side really, so you have a space for your octo, you'll have a little clip as well. You also have those knife grommets if you want your BCD knife on the right-hand side. Integrated weights is all exactly the same, and the D-rings will be in the same place. Across the front, you have a Velcro cummerbund. The cummerbund just makes it a little bit more comfortable, means that the BCD is just going to move with you as you kind of twist and turn, and just sort of makes it more comfortable. On the back of the BCD, a little bit different from other BCDs. So the first thing is that you have two cam bands on the back. Now the benefit of two separate cam bands is, one, you've got redundancy. So if one of your cam bands isn't like 100% tight, it doesn't really matter because you've got two of them. You've got that second one, which is more likely going to be tight. But also it's going to help prevent your tank from kind of twisting and turning. On some BCDs, if you only have one cam band, yeah, that tank is going to sort of be able to move from side to side, but with this one you've got two kind of holding it and bolting it in place so it really doesn't sort of move around. So your whole BCD and tank is going to feel like a single unit, so when you move, the whole thing moves with you. It's much more comfortable. Either side of your tank you have two trim weight pouches, so you can actually put some lead either side of the diving cylinder and start to move some of the lead around so it's a little bit higher up. So if you tend to be a bit head upright during your dive, you can take some weight off of your integrated weights that are around your hip, put them up sort of in the middle of your back, and that should help sort of give you a nice horizontal position in the water. And then you just get a right hand kidney dump. If you're sort of horizontal or inverted, you can dump gas from that. So all in all, yeah, it ticks all the boxes. It's a really tough BCD. Lots of nice features, like you can remove the inflator to really sort of get into that and clean that valve out. You've got the two cam bands as well, which really sort of hold your tank in position. If I'm ever given the choice, I prefer two cam bands instead of just one. And the material of it is very, very tough. So yeah, if you're looking for a smart, tough BCD that you can dive at home, you can travel with it. Granted, it's not the lightest, but it's not the heaviest neither, to be honest. So it ticks a lot of boxes. It's a smart BCD. It's the Zeagle Bravo BCD. Check it out on the website simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link down in the description below. Thank you for watching and safe diving.